boxing, gym work. He's preparing mentally and physically.
See, ultimately, he will look at it like all the great players do, like Stephen, the commentary box, and Steve here, as the major championships are the ones he wants to win. They're the ones you get remembered by. So the World Championships now has become even more important. Maybe in a couple of years ago, he's been here in the times he hasn't wanted to stay in the venue. He's had enough of playing here. He hasn't wanted, but at the moment, you can see it. When the big tournaments come, he's here. He's with the final of the UK. He's won the Masters, the World Championship. I still think he wants another one of these.
And interestingly, a couple of shots in that first frame, he turned down chances to pot the red to try and contain the situation. That's somebody who's not trying to win pretty. He just knows he's here for a job. He's trying to win the best way possible, not give his opponent a way back in by just missing a careless red at the end and giving his opponent an easy snooker. So, clever tactical play as well.
Okay, back we go. Ronnie O'Sullivan, winner of 17 major titles, one shy of a certain Stephen Hendry.
No point in putting them back here, really.
Yeah.
And in fact, he got down to play the shot and then decided it looks a little awkward, this. He's just hoping that Gary can misjudge the escape. And it's not straightforward. Not much of the pack to just nestle into. Coming off the two cushions, and that's the pink this time. Oh, it's the reds first. Well judged. I say well judged. As we show you it again, it looked like it was going to hit the pink and then glanced off the reds. Yeah, he could see enough of the red to pot it. So it was a good decision that Ronnie took to put him back in. Four reds are loose, but they're not easy. They're covering each other into both corner pockets. So this is not straightforward.
I wonder if we're going to the bunch here of two cushions. Here, well, that was close to being a sublime positional shot there.
5.
I thought he was going off the two cushions into the left-hand side of the bunch, but if he doesn't clip this red, he's been absolutely perfect on this red. Still should get it.
Thank you. 6. $11. 12. 19.
And when he plays for the next red after this one, he wants to finish low
20.
on the red, so he can just, that little gap in the bunch, so he can just screw off that, pot the red, open the bunch at the same time. And that is absolutely perfect. Could not have placed that with his hand any better. Screw off the bunch for the black to the same pocket.
28.
He just came off the bunch a bit quicker than I think they expected there. Got a lot of action on the cue ball.
$35. $36.
It's gone a little bit further than he wanted. He can't get into the bunch from the pink here. Having to play for the one over the middle pocket. And,
42.
key shot coming up here. Needs an angle. He doesn't want to be
43.
straight on the black, otherwise it's the end of break. And I think he's finished pretty straight. There might be one at the end of the bunch that he can play for. The one to the left of the group of reds.
$50.
Terrific shot.
51.
And this time, stun. He could play a couple of ways. He could play into the red directly above the black, or the one just to the right of that. He could try and cannon that one. You can see, hit it absolutely perfectly, but he's been very unlucky not to be on one.
58.
I think he just wanted to hit the right-hand side red without touching the first one. Just awkward cueing.
It's following the same pattern as the two opening
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
frames.
58.
A very good break of 58. But not enough to secure the frame. A little shake of the head tells you that. But listen, as long as you keep winning the frames. So that's two breaks of 58 and one of 57. And all three, it looked like he could go on to take it with one visit, but it doesn't matter how many visits, as long as you win them. And really, we haven't seen Gary. He hasn't had a chance in amongst the balls yet. It's just all been tactical plays had to play. He hasn't really had a chance in amongst the balls. He's only potted 13 balls, and they have been in bits and pieces.
1.
Yeah, it's starting to follow a similar pattern to the match I commentated on this morning, the Mark Selby match. I finished 8-1 up in Fergal O'Brien in similar situation. Gary Wilson
5.
needs to get a frame on the board very quickly. I mean, he was strong
6.
outsider at the start to win this match, but unless he does something, this match is going to slip away very quickly in this first session.
$13.
Well, he has one more
40.
frame before the mid-session interval, and he could do with taking that, Gary. But as I mentioned, he just hasn't had a chance in amongst the balls.
21. 22.
Unless he can get them first in frames, you just can't see him winning them.
30.
As for the match this morning, the top players don't make that many mistakes. You're not going to get gifted any chances. Well, not very
35.
often anyway.
36. 43. 44. 49. 51. Yeah. Thanks. 54. 58. 63.
'Doesn't matter about the pink.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
An area
63.
break of 58, followed by that break of 63. And Ronnie O'Sullivan now leads Gary Wilson by 3 frames to 0.